Peace to everybody. Peace, 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 peace. Yep. Wait for somebody to get in or a couple of people. Then I'm gonna start the message off, and we're gonna get straight into it. So, give it a little minute. Let some people come into the live, and we're gonna jump straight into it. Peace, 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 and blessings. I'm gonna just jump straight into the message, and then whoever else coming to the live after this, y'all can run it back, or hopefully y'all catch the message, not too far in. But I had a dream channeling last night, and also had a message that I was getting from God, the universe, and the ancestors about last week. But I was procrastinating on putting it out. But excuse me. But I feel like today is the right time to put out that message that I got last week on top of the dream that confirmed the message from last week even more. So I'm gonna get straight into it. So first of all, I'm gonna give you the title. So the title is Your Spiritual Currency is Increasing. Your spiritual currency is increasing. So back to the video, what actual live I did last week, while I was talking about your resistance, but your resilience is being rewarded. That's what I'm talking about. Where basically now your spiritual currency is increasing. So a lot of times we think that being rewarded has to be monetary and has to be money wise, but that's not always the case. Sometimes we get blessed with better health. We get blessed with better mentalities. We get blessed with better emotional well-being, better physicality, different things. So we always think of it as a monetary thing, but it's not always money-wise. So that's back to the spiritual currency. This spiritual currency I speak of, that I got from God, the universe, and the ancestors, talking about your spiritual gifts. So your gifts and abilities are increasing. So I'll get into the dream first, and then I'll connect that to that. Yo, peace, bro. What's up? Much respect, much love. What up? So the dream I had last night, I was like walking down this staircase or whatever, but I wasn't going upward, I was going downward. And there was somebody in the dream or whatever, from my past. They was like leading me down there, but they was like arguing about some old stuff or whatever. And I don't even talk to this person no more, but they was kind of like way ahead of me going down the stairs. So I wasn't paying attention to the surroundings at first. I was just arguing back and forth with them. And it was getting, as we went further and further down the staircase, and it was a spiral staircase. But as we went further and further down the spiral staircase, it kept getting darker and darker and darker. So as we arguing, like I said, they way ahead of me. That's when I started paying attention in the dream of like my surroundings. So that's when I started noticing, as we got further down towards the darkness, it started like being cages around it, like it was like steel cage, like it was getting surrounded by steel cage. So that's when I started paying attention and started realizing I stopped arguing with the person, and I caught myself, and I'm like, oh wait, hold on, why am I even arguing with them in the first place? And then I realized I was getting distracted because where they was leading me was somewhere back into darkness where they was. So I caught myself and I stopped, and as they kept walking, they didn't see me stop. They just kept walking further and further down because they wasn't looking back. They just kept luring me down there with their voice and stuff. I stopped and I went back upstairs, and I woke up out the dream. So I was trying to figure out the meaning, and then I thought about the message, like I was saying in the beginning of the live I was getting last week about, your spiritual gifts are increasing. So that's back to that. So I'll give you an example. So say if you was recently, you thinking about something, or you outside, or you thinking about somebody, you like, yo, that look like such and such, or that look like this person or that person. You be like, nah, they can't be them. They don't even live around here. And next thing you know, they hit you up within like an hour or two, right at that moment. That's what I mean by your spiritual currency is increasing, your spiritual gifts. You felt it. You literally felt them in the area. Like you felt it while you was outside. You literally felt that. Or if you watching something, this happened to me yesterday or a few days ago too. And you like, yo, this look like such and such. That person look like such and such I know in real life on this TV show. And then they text you. That's you picking that stuff up. You already was picking it up. Or I'll give you another example. You waking up early in the morning, you just feel drained, you feel tired, you feel angry, you don't know why you feel that way. You like, yo, all right, I slept good. I went to bed early. I wasn't mad about nothing. Why am I feeling this anger? So you're trying to figure out that whole day, somebody from your past hit you up. that you always have issues with, or they always came with some chaotic energy or something like that. That's your spiritual gifts increasing, picking that up more than usual. So that's what I mean by your spiritual currency is increasing right now. And that's back to the dream. What I said, the person was leading me back into darkness and they was arguing with me, but I wasn't paying attention. I was being distracted by them. So this is why it was a spiral staircase, because if you let these things come back into your life right now, whatever it is, it could be a person or certain distractions or things that you gave up, that you stopped doing, that was distracting you or holding you back. If you let these things creep back into your life and you're not paying attention to your surroundings, you're going to go into a spiral back where those things took you to or where that person is. You get it? Thank God. That's why the staircase wasn't just a regular staircase. It was a spiral, because the spiral represents these people's lives are spiraling. And just like the enemy, whatever way you want to call them, but we'll just say the enemy. Just like the enemy, they can feel when you're leveling up. That's you going up the stairs. That's why I went back up the staircase once I realized where they was trying to lead me down into the darkness. Once they your enemy, the same way we could feel when they in the area, we could feel their energy pulling, because they're literally pulling on your energy. That's why you feel drained. That's why you feel tired. That's why you just feel angry out of nowhere, and it's not you. It's them pulling on your energy. Why? Because the enemy can literally feel when you're leveling up, when you're doing good, when you're pursuing good, when you're being creative, when you move, when you're picking up momentum, not even moving, when you're picking up momentum in the things that you're doing and pursuing. They can feel these things, and that's what I was about to say. It's like a cord. They can literally feel the cord, whatever attachment that they got to you, no matter if you even with them or in contact with them, they can literally feel that cord detaching from their soul. And that is what gets their attention. Like, hold on, this person is doing better. Hold on, this person is leveling up. Hold on, this person is doing better than when I was around. Or they forgetting about me. And that's when you feel them, the anger and all that jealousy and all that bitterness of you doing better without them. That's when you start to feel them pulling on your energy. That's when you walking outside or whatever, you like, why am I thinking about this person? Because you picking up all that energy that they sending you. You picking all that up. So that's what I meant in the beginning of the live. Your spiritual currency is increasing. It's not always about a monetary gain or something with money. It could be increasing with your gifts. It could be increasing with your health getting better. It could be increasing with a better mentality, a better focus, a better discernment. Thank you, God. A better discernment. And that's what the dream that I had last night was about. Not being distracted, because they're going to come on your path. Because like I said, the same way we get our blessings and everything, the enemy can feel that too when they have some type of connection to you or had a connection to you. They can feel that detachment of you going higher. And as they're spiraling right now, they're going to try to come back on your path to try to pull you back in. That's like I said, you'll feel your gifts increasing. You'll feel the energy. You'll be looking at something like, this person look like this person. They just suddenly touch you. Walking outside, you're going somewhere, you're like, why am I thinking about this person? They just hit you up. You're going to feel all that increasing in your gifts, because it's trying to build up a better discernment for you, because as you go higher, you're going to need to be more focused. As you continue to climb up the ladder, you're going to need to have better discernment. And as you continue to keep moving forward away from these things or people, whatever it was that was holding you back, or whoever it was that was trying to hold you back, you're going to have better discernment, better focus, better determination to not go back, to not fight, to not argue. Thank you, God. And that's the other point I wanted to bring. Thank you. I was about to forget that. As your gifts become stronger, as your spiritual currency increases, you become more gentle. Don't let that go over your head. As you become stronger, because when we hear stronger, whether it's weights or working out or stuff like that, because for my people that like to work out, as you get stronger, people think that it's all about being all, extra and tough and all that. No, but in this case, as your spiritual strengths and gifts are increasing, become more gentle. What do I mean by that? So since you're becoming stronger, because you can feel better, you can think better, you can hear more, you can literally hear these people talking, you can literally hear them coming, you can literally see them coming, and they don't know how you so ahead, you become more gentle by when they come on your path with the ignorance, not fighting back. when they come in your path and start the name calling that they always did back then to trigger you, you don't get triggered. You just see right through it. You could read the message or hear the phone call, whatever it is, or if they come across your path in person, you run into them and they come in with that energy, you can easily see right through it, like, okay, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to use the same old tactics or the same whatever distraction that they used to do that used to get me off track, that if they said that to me back then, I would have been in my head all day, going into my own shell, thinking these things were true. But versus now, I can handle it with grace. I can handle it with gentleness because I'm stronger now. I have a stronger mentality. I have a stronger emotional well-being. I have a stronger spiritual protection. I have a stronger physicality that I can kill you with kindness. That's what killing somebody with kindness is about, being gentle. It's not about every time we get stronger, it's about, I'm going to show them, I'm going to tell them off, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. It's not about that, because as soon as you give them that energy, that's exactly what that dream was about. They got you. Now you're going to go right back into the trap and spiral back down into the darkness with them. Little do you know. But when you choose the high road, which is why I was going back up the stairs, and you realize I'm stronger now, and that doesn't mean I have to go back and forth. I can be gentle. I can see that, okay, you're a hurt person, or you still got bitterness in your heart. Oh, the way you still talking to me, you sound just like you did a couple years ago. You didn't have any growth. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to wish you luck. I'm going to wish you the best and hope you overcome that, regardless if you're in my life or not, because I know where I'm headed. I know what I got ahead of me, and I know exactly what God, the universe, and the ancestors got in store for me. And they do too. This is why they're coming back on your path to throw you off. This is why they're coming on your path to throw a fit, because they want to get back in your life to jump on the gravy train and get the accolades and stuff that you're getting, because we think that God only shows us the blessings and everything that we're going to receive. No, the enemy can see it too. This is why you see all this chaos or these fits and everything, or you feel them pulling on your energy, because they can see that too. This is why they say be careful what you speak of before it comes into fruition. Be careful what you say publicly before you make it happen. Be careful what you tell everybody, because everybody's not always going to have the best interest for you for you getting those things fulfilled, for those things coming into your life, for those blessings being blessed upon you. This is why they say all these things, because the enemy can see it too. And if you open that door, or you let them get a peek into that door, or you just leave it open too long, they will creep right in and destroy everything at just one simple touch. And we work too hard for that. We don't have no time for that. And we done put in too much effort and dedication into building ourselves up. So this is what I mean about as your gifts have gotten stronger, as you're able to hear better, hear God, see better, have better discernment, mentally be focused, have better determination and discipline. And your discipline could be spiritually and even physically, of not doing certain things anymore, not letting certain things get you distracted, not letting certain things mess with your emotions no more about what people say, what people do, and that's handling it with gentleness. About, you know what, I see what you're doing. You still in the hurt place. Now, I get it. I ain't even mad at you. I was in a hurt place years ago too, but I worked on myself. Maybe you should do the same. So you'll be able to have more kindness and gentleness for people, instead of back then where you wanted to go back and forth, or you let it affect you, or you felt like you had to say something crazy back to them, and then next thing you know, that's what they wanted. They wanted you to do that. So even if you did say something that you feel like, oh yeah, I told them off, guess what? They still laughing, because they like, I got you, because I was able to get you out your I was able to get you out your calmness. I was able to get you out your stability of being still. I was able to ruffle your feathers. So we also have to realize that game playing too with them. So this is back to, as you get strong, as your gifts are getting stronger, you're getting more gentle, because you don't have to go back and forth with people no more. You don't have to say craziness back to them. You can see whenever they come and say something that's trying to ruffle your feathers, you already see it from a mile away, and you could just walk away with grace. So you could just be like, you know what? Like I said before a few seconds ago, I can see you hurt, or you saying that because you mad because I don't want no connection with you no more, whether it's a friend, business partner, family member, whoever it is, doesn't matter. And you can see that straight through that. And you can be like, I see through the bitterness. I see through the hurt in your heart. I see the pain. I get it. We all human. We all been there before. And I was in a state like that too before. Whatever happened in life, whatever people did, whatever I feel like I ain't accomplished, or whatever it is, you could apply it to the same in your life. Whatever you felt that you had to work on, or you felt that had you in a bad state, you worked on that. You put in the time. You put in the effort. You stop blaming people. You stop blaming life. You stop blaming God. You stop blaming the universe. Stop blaming ancestors. Stop blaming everybody and started blaming yourself to make a change. And that's accountability. And when you do those things, you can now see life from a different angle. When you do those things, you can now change your mentality. When you do those things, you become a better emotional, well-equipped person where you learn how to not let certain things affect you as they did before. How to not let what people do or say affect you in the same way. How to not let yourself affect your own emotional well-being, because we are our biggest critics. Others could say craziness to us and it could affect us, but if we believe it, that's when everything stops. That's when our train stops. They could say whatever they want, but if we don't believe it, the train keeps going. But as soon as we start believing what they saying, that's when they got us. That's when they in our head. That's when the mentality is off, the emotions is off, physicality is off, the spiritual ability and protection is all off. And that's when your guard is down. And that's when they catch you when you're most vulnerable. But now that you have worked on those things, your spiritual protection is back up. Your guard is back up. Not saying that you're not being a vulnerable person or you're not being an open person. You are being those things, but you're better discerning when it comes to that. You're not as easily gullible. Thank you. That's the word. You're not easily gullible to anybody just being nice or just saying this or saying that. And then when you put your guards all the way down, they punch you in your face and act like they didn't do it. So this is back to everything as far as just spiritual currency increasing. So for those that have been putting in the work, for those that have been working on themselves, for those that have been doing all those things, and that's back to the last live I did about your resilience will be rewarded. So even if your year was crazy in 2023, you have to realize you still was successful because your resilience to make it through that rough year and to make it to 2024 is being rewarded. And that's what this video and this live is about now. About this is a part of your reward. Your spiritual currency, your gifts, your abilities to see, to hear, to think clear, to pick up on messages more, to pick up on signs when it comes to people trying to come back from the past and throw you off track, or when it comes to just being able to hear when God says, hey, go here today, wear this today, go create this today, put this out at this time. And then you say, oh, that's why. Oh, this is why. Oh, I see why. When you see the attention you get from people, like, oh, that's why God told me to do that. When you go there and you dressed up, you run into this person and they give you a business card, you're like, oh, that's why God told me to dress up today. When you go here and you do, it's going to keep going. But that's back to your spiritual currency, your spiritual gifts increasing. And if you've been putting in the work, you're gonna understand this message. So it may not be for everybody. Maybe everybody ain't putting in as much work, and that doesn't mean that you can't get your gifts increased. You just got to keep on working on yourself, and it will happen for you. But for those that have been doing that for the past few years, and especially this hard last year, because it was a hard last year for everybody in 2023, but for a lot of people, you're going to see the rewards. And that's back to, like I said, the last live about your resilience is being rewarded. Because the reward is not always monetary as far as money. It could be, like I said, better health, better mentality, better focus, better determination, better grace, better unconditional love for people. And when you do those things, everything that you want monetary wise will come into your life. It will just fall into your lap. You won't have to look for it. You won't have to beg for it. You won't have to constantly pray over every day about it. It will just come into your life because you have learned now how to be in alignment with yourself. And when you're in alignment with yourself, you align yourself with God. And when you align yourself with God, you align yourself with the universe. And when you align yourself with the universe, everything falls into your life like it's supposed to. So that's the message. Again, for y'all that missed that dream interpretation breakdown, the beginning, running back, about the spiral staircase, walking down the stairs, somebody trying to lead me down there into the darkness, and then realizing that I was getting distracted, and I realized it was a steel cage down there and stuff because, thank you, that's what I meant to say too. I forgot to tell that part about the dream. The steel cage represented them trying to cage you in again and lock you in, because like I said, sometimes when people have a fear, with people from our past or people that may be currently in our life now and they don't want to see us succeed, and sometimes a lot of times it's not even that they don't want to see us succeed, they're so afraid that when we succeed we're going to leave them behind, and they have yet to learn how to work on themselves, to have that unconditional love, to realize that this person is not going to leave you behind because they're going to have success. So like I said, a lot of times it may appear like, yo, these people is hating or they doing this, and it's not even because of that. It's a lot of times it's because they're in fear that when we continue our success, and if they don't work on themselves or have any type of success in their own right, we're going to leave them behind. So that's when you see a lot of times they don't want to support, or they tell you these things and to throw you off your track or whatever you're doing or God told you to do or what you're put here to do, to get all that recognition. And not even just about recognition, but I'm talking about recognition as far as helping the world and helping people and helping putting out your message to the world to help heal the world, because we're all here to do our own missions and to help heal each other in different ways. It could be through music, it could be through actual medical work, it could be through just speaking like I'm doing on the camera, it could be through many ways. But this, look, there's noise going on in the background, speaking of distractions, but that's what I mean. So we also have to remember that sometimes these people have that in their minds, and that's why they do certain things that seem like they throwing shade or they doing this, but it's because they have a fear and they haven't conquered that fear of thinking that if somebody succeed, they're gonna leave them behind. So that's what they're still. So a lot of times when they have that mentality, they try to put us in a cage and try to hide us to the world. That's why the cage, that's why as the person tried to lead me into darkness in the spiral staircase in the dream, they was leading me towards a steel cage, because they were trying to entrap me into their own possession so I can't leave out of their life. And that's what people do to a lot of people in reality when they feel like, damn, this person, they got this going on, they got this, and there's so many gifts and abilities and talents. If they hit that world stage or they make it big, they're gonna leave me behind, and they try to make you think small of yourself, or they try to entrap you into their own life as a possession instead of looking at you as a person. Thank you, God. They start looking at you like a possession, and that's the one thing we never supposed to do. We're supposed to look at everybody as individuals. So what I mean by that is that I could love somebody all I want, but the unconditional love part is that, hey, even if she or whatever, if it's a woman watching this, you say he, but if this person that I'm into, if they make it big and we don't make it, the unconditional love part of me is supposed to say, hey, so be it, just wasn't in the plan. But that doesn't mean I don't want to see them succeed. And that doesn't mean that I have the right to try to entrap this person because I don't want them to leave my life, or I don't want to share them to the world, because we're not nobody's possession. We are individuals. So that's what I mean by that. So that's just what those people do sometimes with that type of mindset of thinking, to try to entrap you and look at you as a possession because they don't want to share you to the world because they're afraid of losing you to the world. But that's not up to them. That's not up to any of us. So that's the part of the dream why I was a steel cage at the bottom, because that's what they was trying to do, was entrap me for themselves as a possession, so I don't have to ever leave their life. And that's what the meaning was, and that's what the meaning is for a lot of us out there too, to be careful of that as our gifts and our abilities are increasing right now, to be careful of people coming from the past or people coming on our path now, even new people that are going to try to do those things to entrap you or try to lay out bait as if it's help or it's love or it's kindness or whatever it is that they're doing to reel you in. And right under your nose, it's a trap. Right under your nose, they're doing that to trap you and keep you in possession. So you stay still, and you stay, not even still, but you stay stuck. Thank you, God. And you're not able to move or continue that momentum that you have, or you've been working on from many years and last year and now. So that's the message about the dream with the spiral staircase and the darkness and the cage, and paying attention to your surroundings, having more discernment, and going back and continuing up the stairs, because as you continue to climb, the enemy is always going to feel that cord or whatever attachment that you had to the past. And the enemy doesn't always have to be a person. It could be things that we were abusing. It could be drinking crazy, smoking crazy, whatever, somebody using any other type of drugs. It could be sex addictions. It could be any, thank you, that's the word I want to use, addictions. It could be any addictions we had, because it doesn't always have to be a person. So the enemy can feel those things coming. I mean, feel that cord being pulled away as you go higher. And that's when, because we think when we get rid of those things or those people, it stops. Nah. As you continue to climb, it finds more clever ways to come on your path. And it might be even prettier as you continue to climb than it was before, and it could trick you. So we must remember that as our gifts and our spiritual currency increases, to remember that and to work on our discernment and to pay attention to our surroundings, because these things or these people will try to come back and entrap you, because they don't want you to share your blessings and your abilities and your gifts and your talents and just your light to the world, because they are afraid of you being your own individual, and they want to look at you as a possession instead of a person. So remember that. That's the message. I hope it helps somebody out there. It might not be for everybody, but whoever it's for, I hope it helped you. And for those that missed it, run it back, and you'll connect the dots to your life or anything that's coming up ahead in your life. So peace and blessings, much respect, much love to y'all. I love y'all always. Keep doing your thing, stay goal oriented, and like I always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint or crawl, because life is that hard sometimes. You can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. Only thing you could do is crawl to that destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we gotta make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all again. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening or wherever you at, or the rest of your night or your day, whatever the case is, whatever time it is. And just keep doing your thing and stay focused. And remember what I told you in this message. As you continue to climb higher, the enemy is going to feel that cord being pulled out of them, and that's when they're going to try to reattach themselves to you. But you must focus. You must stay determined. You must stay disciplined and stay diligent in your work and whatever it is that God, the universe, and your ancestors told you to do. So much respect, much love. To the next topic. Peace.